Hey everyone, um, welcome to today's session. Um, Today we are going to learn about our attention and what is it and how we can purify our attention and why it's important. Before going towards that, I just wanted to see if anybody is uh, first time, like came for the first time in this meeting. Please let us know in the chat box or try to unmute and let me know. All right. Um, I'll keep an eye on the chat box. If anybody is new, then I'll do a little bit recap. But so the attention, first of all, we'll take a look at uh, what is an attention. So to understand attention mentally, I think it's in itself quite a difficult task. Like, and we can probably find some resources on that online. But from the perspective of this meditation, what Sri Mataji, the founder of this meditation, has talked about attention is that it is the way that we experience the world. It's like a glass or a lens through which uh, we experience the world. And there are and our memory, our conditionings, in other words, is also called a superego that we gather in our being from the past, and our ego, which is our thoughts, which is our mind. These things, they can affect our attention, right? These things, uh, the way they affect is that based on these things, we see certain things a certain way. To give you an example, if if based on our past memories, based on our superego, our tendency, our temperament is leaning towards the left-sided. In other other words, if we lean towards being more emotional, being more on the spectrum of emotion, we go towards more depression kind of thing. And with that kind of attention, when we see things in our day-to-day life, is when we read things, when we come across situations, our temperament, the way we understand that situation is muddled by all these things from our memory, right? And many times we only see half the truth of whatever we are seeing or whatever we are reading or whatever situation that might be there. We only see the half truth of it, or we see uh, things in a crooked manner, the way it is muddled by our ego or superego, and we don't see the whole truth of the thing or of the situation. So that's how the attention works. And because of these super ego and ego, because of the memories and the thoughts, our attention gets muddled up and we don't see the whole truth. And as a result of that, many times when our attention is like this, when it is, and these days as it is, our attention is pulled into many directions, right? Like there are so many distractions these days, like cell phone, and at work we have many tasks going on at the same time, and then we have kids and this and all. Our attention gets pulled into many directions, and then it's muddled up by our thoughts and our memory, and it loses its power basically. So whenever and this kind of attention is not very good at uh, pretty much like not very good at doing things or achieving things in a broad sense. So this is about what is attention, and then how do we purify it? Like, so it's important to basically purify our attention, remove all uh, that muddles it, and remove all those temperaments and tendencies that pull the attention this way or that way, right? It's important for us to clear or purify our attention. And the way we do this, that in this meditation, is there are two energy centers in our subtle energy system that are specifically responsible for our attention, and that is our second energy center, which is also called as Swadhisthana chakra in the Sanskrit, and there is a third energy center which is called as Nabhi chakra, and they are located at the on the right side, at the lower right side of our stomach, where our the stomach meets our legs. That is where basically where the liver is, right? That's where these two energy centers are. And what these energy centers do is that they are responsible for looking after the liver, and ultimately they are responsible for looking after our attention. So when we meditate on these energy centers, which we will do today, our attention becomes pure gradually. Like we remove all those things that muddle the attention and all those things that pull attention here, there. We remove those. And as a result of that, our attention becomes more concentrated and more powerful. And Sri Mataji, in her many of her talks, has mentioned that such attention, which is pure, which is concentrated, is very powerful. So when you put such attention on something, on some situation, you grasp the gist of that situation, you grasp the whole picture of that situation, or the truth about the situation or person or whatever you put your attention on, you grasp the gist of that thing. Um, and according to that, when you take action, it is more powerful. So um, and another thing that we can do to purify our attention, so we can basically work in our meditation, we can clear that uh, energy center by saying the affirmations for those energy centers that we will do today also. Another thing very effective for purifying our attention is foot soaking. And I hope we are ready with foot soak. Even if you are not ready today with foot soak, it's okay. We can, next time we can do the foot soak. Um, so basically, foot soak is a technique where we soak our feet in a bowl of water, in a tub of water, and put a little bit salt in it, right? And we soak our feet and we meditate like that, and that is called as foot soaking, and it's very effective for purifying our attention. And another thing that we have discussed in our previous classes that is very effective for our attention, purifying our attention, is called as ice pack. You might be familiar with the ice pack that we get in pharmacy or a general store. Those look like blocks, like plastic blocks, and inside there is a water or a gel or something like that is there, right? So those ice pack, you can actually put those ice pack on your liver, and that cools down the liver, because as we think a lot, when our body is busy in thinking and planning and doing mental and physical action, it heats our liver, and when liver is heated, um, basically that is when our attention becomes impure. So by cooling down the liver and allowing the liver to then purify the attention, that's how we purify the attention. Basically, we can cool down our liver. Um, so with that, I think we will do the meditation now, and today we will work on our two energy centers, which is second energy center and third energy center. Um, so we can begin by pulling our foot soaking bowls in front. If you don't have foot soaking bowl, there's no need to worry. You can continue the meditation without the foot soaking, and we can begin by raising our kundalini and taking bandhan. So we can raise our kundalini like this. Now let us give bandhan to our food soaking water, which is basically we are giving the energy to our food soaking water. And we do that with our right hand. We're going to do clockwise bandhans to our food soaking water. Let us put our feet inside the food soaking water. Let us now put both of our hands in our lap, palm facing up, and let us bring our attention on our breathing. Just pay attention to how we breathe, how the air goes in and fills in our lungs, and then how it comes out of our nostril. You can also do some deep breathing. Now, if you have any tension in your body, specifically at the level of your shoulders or at the level of your forehead, then try to let go of that tension. Try to relax your body. Now let us begin by balancing our energy channels. We can move our right hand towards the Mother Earth so that our fingers are pointing towards the Mother Earth. And let us request the Kundalini energy within us to please remove any negativities, obstacles, any impure desires in us into the Mother Earth. when we request our energy, our inner energy, to balance our energy channels, to remove all the obstacles and negativities from within our energy channels. The energy literally removes the negativities and obstacles into the Mother Earth. We can bring our right hand back into our lap, palm facing up. And let us now fold our left hand at the elbow so that our fingers are pointing towards the sky and our palm is facing backwards. And let us request our Kundalini energy to please remove any negativities and obstacles in our right energy channel into the ether, into the sky. We can now bring our left hand back into our lap, palm facing up. Let us now put our left hand on the lower right of our stomach, which is our liver. And let us request our Kundalini energy to please cool down our liver. Let us ask our inner energy, our Kundalini energy, to please purify my attention. We can bring our left hand back into our lap. Let us now put our right hand on our forehead. This is where our sixth energy center is located, which is responsible for controlling our ego and our superego. So this center is very important for purifying our attention. And here we can ask our Kundalini energy to please reduce the activity of ego and superego within me. And this energy center opens up when we forgive everyone and ourselves. So let us say within ourselves, I forgive everyone, including myself. Let us not think about who we need to forgive. Let's just forgive in general. I forgive everyone, including myself. We can bring our hand back into our lap. And let us try to keep our attention at the top of our head. We can massage the top of our head with our right hand in a clockwise direction. And here we are going to say it within ourselves. Please establish my self-realization. We can say this a couple of more times. Please establish my self-realization. We can bring our hands back into our lap and let us try to keep our attention at the top of our head where our hand was. Let us meditate silently for a few moments. Remember that if you find yourself thinking about something, just tell yourself, not this, not right now, and let go of that thought and bring your attention back to the top of your head. We can now open our eyes and let us rinse our feet. And let us just keep our foot soaking bucket aside for now. Normally, we would throw this water into the toilet after we are done, but let's set it aside now, and after the meditation, you can then throw it. And let's listen, let's watch Shri Mataji's talk, and I would encourage you to keep your mind open and try to stay in the state of meditation while we watch Shri Mataji's talk.
So the basis or the essence of the Swadhisthana chakra, though is aesthetics, the force and the energy of Swadhisthana chakra is attention. If you have a wobbly attention, if your attention is 1 minute here, 1 minute there, if you have an attention by which you just can criticize others and cannot see your own faults, if you have an attention by which you show people that you are a frivolous, nonsensical person, then your Guru principle is wasted. It is the effort of Sahaja Yoga that is wasted. And your Guru's job is also wasted. Minimum of minimum. First, the attention has to be pure. But pure attention doesn't mean harshness. It doesn't mean asceticism. It doesn't mean disciplining your eyes like a blinkers of horse. But in all freedom, your attention to be concentrated. Where do we pay our attention the most? If we are honest, we can think on human level, we pay our attention to our children, to our wife, to our husbands, to our family, the relationships which are with love. So, when your attention has got the compassion and the love for another person, then only you can work out the realization of others. If you have to work out the realization of others, it has to be an intense love for another person. If you don't have that intensity, you are just moving your hands, raising the kundalini because your mother has given you powers and it's finished off. That intensity of love can only give you success with your pure attention, and I think the pure attention can only love. Impure attention cannot love, because all impure attention is self-oriented, I-oriented. They are not self in the sense spiritual-oriented. But the idea that spirituality is love, it seems to be a new idea for many people. They think spirituality means a person who is just absolutely dry like a beanstalk. And nobody can go near that person. Nobody can communicate with such a person because that person is too pure. If the soap cannot cleanse your body, what's the use of having the soap? If the soap is afraid to come near you, then it's better not to be called as soap. So, we come to the point that the creativity, if it is our aim, lakshya, for that the attention we should purify. And to be purified with love, with compassion. And the same attention, when it is filled with love and compassion, it gives you dynamism, it gives you strength, it's untiring zeal you get. And the joy of seeing your reflection into another person is very beautiful. No words can describe it. Of course, as soon as you take to this principle, you develop so many qualities within you. The first you develop is wisdom. Because you realize where you are going wrong, why this is not working out, why there's a problem, why your creativity doesn't act. It becomes evident to you, obvious to you, and you start learning. And wisdom comes to you and you understand. Wisdom is when you realize your mistakes and rectify them. And with that, you develop the balance, the understanding, how to deal with another personality. I always tell the story of a car, that there's an accelerator and also there's a brake. You have to use first both of them without understanding what is it. Still you are not a guru. You are not even a driver. Then when you know, then you automatically drive, then you are a driver. But still the master is sitting behind. So now you have to become the master. And when you become the master, you can balance the vehicle and you can see the driver, accelerator, and also the brake. And you can manage it just in a very simple manner. So this Guru principle is limited and goes on increasing its limitations, like the horizon. As you start growing into more creativity, the more people you create. And the central point of this one is the Nabhi, is the center, which like a big pivotal point on which the whole of this movement takes place. Nabhi chakra, as you know, you get it from your mother to begin with. So a guru has to be the mother. He must have the qualities of the mother, not the modern mothers, but in the real sense of the word. That a guru has to love her children and has to have strength and courage to correct her children. And the earnest desire should be to put the children onto proper lines, to guide them and to help them to rise.
Let us continue to meditate. We will play some music and let's try to keep our attention at the top of our head and remember that if you find yourself thinking about something, you just tell yourself, not this, not right now, and bring your attention at the top of your head. open our eyes and let us again to conclude our meditation, raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. I hope you enjoyed today's meditation. Um, if you would like to share your experience of today, please feel free to unmute yourself. Um, or if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Hi, I'm Allison.
Hi.
Hi. So today I used the ice pack on my head and I felt instant relief and lightness. Um, and when I put my hands back in my lap, I felt the cool breeze more than I've felt in the past few weeks. So I just wanted to share
That's
that. It was a good experience.
that is very good to hear. Which where do you go to do the meditation? Is it in the Cranberry Library or
No, I only do it online and
okay?
Carmen is my mentor.
Okay, that's great. Okay, that's great. Yeah, she's normally here. Today she's not, but yes. Great to hear that, and thanks for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you for the meditation. I really enjoyed it.
All right, great. So we will meet next Wednesday at 6 p.m. online. Until then, okay, bye.
But thank you.